Okay. If you have seen any of my videos, you know that I use either those or these a lot in the wintertime. Now, let's stick with these here. They're monsters, but they are so warm and they are waterproof. And as you can see, I use them a lot, and the shell has ripped and worn, but this one not. So I am right-handed. So doing morning chores, this hand is the one that does most of the work by the looks. I really don't pay attention. But even though that shell is worn, they are still waterproof. They're pretty big, but they're roomy and comfortable and waterproof, and they come up above the wrist. They've got a wrist cincher here, and they have so you can tighten up so snow doesn't get down in the glove. So these are my to-go-to. I wear them an awful lot, especially if it is minus 10 degrees out, 0 to 10 degrees. My hands sweat in these. Now, the other morning was minus 23 degrees out, 23 below zero, and my hands were moving all the time. My hands still got cold in these, but 23 below, it's pretty easy for everything to get cold. So these here are Beck-Tex, BEC-TEX, and they are over here. They are 3M insulated. So I need 2 or 3 more pair of these, but these here are about 6 years old, so I can't complain on the wear at all with those. These other ones you see me wearing a lot, these are from Harbor Freight for about $6. They are leather, and I'm getting some wear out of these, more so than the other ones I'm going to show you. And they have a nice fuzzy warm lining in there. And let's see what the tag says. Cotton flannel lining, and they are Hardy brand top grain utility gloves. I bought my stepdad a couple of pair of these, and these are great for wood because leather is a little bit grippy. So I use these for light chores and for getting the firewood in. So, let's stick with leather gloves. These are also Hardy from Harbor Freight, and the tag is gone. These are not too old, but these are when we're preparing to get our firewood in, these are the gloves that I prefer. There's another set that I prefer too, and I'll show you those. But these here, I go through. And again, they're like $5 or $6 a pair. And they come in small, medium, and large. I believe these are mediums. They wear good. But the problem with firewood is when you help get in 18-quart of firewood for the season, I go through, I think I counted 5 pair of these in like 2 months last year, just for the firewood. So there are those. Firewood. I also help with the sawmill, and cause we have a local sawmill, and I help with that. And I also use these gloves. These are Hardy, and pine pitch. But wood of any kind, whether it's firewood, whether it's raw lumber, fresh sawn lumber, they wear holes in the fingers. So, and again, they're a good glove. They just don't hold up. And these are odds and ends. I don't know why I kept them. I'm going through my glove box. And these are hardy as well. They're kind of a softer leather. And again, you can tell which finger works the most. So there's those. These are a brand new pair. I have 3 or 4 pair of these hung up. And these are size medium. They're Hardy's. Full grain leather work gloves. Fine cowhide leather. Elastic wrist for a good fit, which keeps out debris. Protects from rope burn, splinters, and sharp objects. Now, like I said, I've got a few pair of these hanging up as spares. So I also use these inside when I fill the stove up, because I got tired of splinters. So there are the leather gloves. Now, what I find that does not work good when doing all the stuff that I do off-grid, what I find are jersey gloves, or these driving gloves, which I find are very slippery on the steering wheel. Alright, don't mind the hair and the sawdust and the hay. Keeping it real, folks, keeping it real. But these here, I find them, I don't even wear these long enough to get holes in them, even though they have the grippies on them. I can't get comfortable in these gloves. So I don't think I've worn any of these pairs more than a half hour. I just don't like them. Do not like them, but you can get a whole package of these of 10 for like $6. But to me, they're not worth it. Now, when I do firewood and I'm not wearing my leather gloves, I really like these here because they are super grippy. They're rubber coated. They fit nice around the wrist, but they're not waterproof up on the back side. So when I do my chores, I usually get wet and then my hands get cold, like in the spring and fall or a warm winter day, which we have not seen here in Maine for a while. So I really like these. Again, these are from Harbor Freight for, I think, of course the prices are going up everywhere, but I'm pretty sure I paid like $3 a pair. And these, like I said, these are good. They grip the wood really, really well. So I have a few pair of them hanging up, brand new as well. So these were these were given to me. And these are Tillman 1586, and these are large. They are fleece. They have a nice lining in them. They are not waterproof. But I can tell you, if I'm doing something around the yard and I'm not dealing with water, I also wear these quite a lot. They're camo, which, yeah, whatever. But they keep my hands pretty warm. But I'm a glove girl. I do so much here with my hands that I need my fingers. So these are also good. Now I know a lot of you folks like these. These are like the finger mittens. I find the liner separated on these. These are wool. Wool is warm even when it's wet. And you can fold these back and you can have your fingers. But my problem with this, I don't have use of my thumb. They should have a thumb flap as well. So I wore these for a little bit one day. I think that's all it was, is one day. And these went into the box where I keep my odds and ends and just in case days, I guess. So I don't find these helpful to me at all, unless it had the fold back thumb flap just like this, and then it might be worth it if it wasn't doing anything that's going to get me wet. But these are thin-insulated, extra warm, and comfort. So that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Now, I belong to a poultry site. Here's a receipt. I belong to a poultry site here in Maine, and somebody had a pair of these on. And I asked how they like these. These are split cowhide leather palm. Yeah, leather palm. Drive-in construction and farming. Rubberized safety cuff. I have not tried these. And again, there is no fashion statement in here, folks. It is all about efficiency and what is going to keep you from getting frostbite. And you got to have a little comfort too. But like I said, they swore by these, and then all the comments down below, when I asked the question, everybody went to these. Everybody said these are a must. I'm going to try them, but again, I have ducks and I have a lot of water duty here, even in the winter, and if these get wet, I could get frostbitten awful easily. So I will try them. And I guess that's it. Here's another pair of my fleece gloves. I did wear these quite a lot. These are waterproof, and they're pretty warm, but not warm enough. You know, when you're doing chores and water duty at 23 below, you need something that's going to keep your hands dry. So that's what I found when I went through my handwear box. That's my opinion. I'm not dissing anything, but these here, a whole pile just tumbled. These here are my absolute favorite. You'll see me wearing these a lot in the winter when I do my videos, or these. Depends on what I'm doing. If I'm just got done doing the birds, I'll have these on. If I just got done hauling wood, I'll have these on. So maybe that'll help, maybe it won't. But if you go to the store, especially those who are thinking about homesteading or living off grid, or just plain living in the country, doing firewood and whatnot, I would recommend for $5 a pair, $6 a pair, every time you go into a Harbor Freight or a store that carries this Hardy brand, I would recommend you start stockpiling up on these gloves, because you're going to go through an awful lot. And maybe these, I can't give a review on them, no idea. So these are size large because that's all they had. I probably could take a medium. But people swear by these that live the rugged life that we do in here. I'm going to try them out. I would recommend getting some of these, and at least one pair of these. It's always good to have a backup pair. So there it is, folks. There it is. Thank you for watching. Come back again. I'm going to go through my boot. Hands are cold. It is just about 2 degrees right now. The sun is out. The wind is picking up. Wind is at my back. But I would recommend stocking up on some gloves. You know, every time you go into a store, get another pair. Hang them up. Put them in a box somewhere. Because if you ever move off grid, you are going to need good gloves. And you're going to need extras. So I'm going to go through my boots next, and I'll give what has worked for me and what has failed terribly for me as far as boots. So right now I've got on these here. I don't even know what these are. I don't know. I know they're waterproof. These are my favorite boots. But there's a few issues with these, and I'll get to them when I do the review. And this is just a review for, I just got done hauling wood, folks, sorry. Again, I'm keeping it real. I am keeping it real here. But when I get into the boots, I'll go through them and what works for me, what has worn the best for me, what has been a waste of my money. So it's almost time to do chores, and I am going to go in and put my gloves in the boxes that they need to go in and toss the ones that have holes in them that I can't match up with another pair.